Welcome back to What Arty Noobs. This is a 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG, otherwise known as a leFhy, Leaf Blower, or Fifi La Pew Pew, which it says on the side of the vehicle. And this one is on the south spawn of Province, under the command of spaceweasal. Now, he happens to be the son of Andromeda, and well, he opened an account so he can play the game. And his dad's appeared in quite a few of our videos, so well, he sent a replay in. Okay, we're in a nice firing position here. Could do with being a bit further back from the bushes, but yeah, he can still fire from there. Okay, teams are moving out. Ooh, one of the enemy tanks has killed one of our tank destroyers. A Stug 3G just got taken out by a T-29. This is a tier 7 game, and that's a tier 5 tank destroyer. But spaceweasal's a tier 5 Arty, so he should be able to earn a lot more XP from hitting higher tier opponents. I suspect that Stug 3G was probably spotted by one of the enemy team who came over the other side of the map. And yes, there's an AMX CLC on the north side of the west side of the map. And we've got a target now to aim at, a Super Hellcat. Dialing in, rounds out, bit fired too premature there, wasn't fully dialed in. Okay, he's reloaded, but can't see the Hellcat now. There's a KV-1 up there. There's a Hellcat, Super Hellcat and the Leo are both tier 7. So he's got a chance to earn a lot of extra hit points, but he needs to get the shells on target. This RT shell will do 410 alpha if it can actually penetrate 53mm of armor. And the Super Hellcat's actually got about that. So, in fact, almost less armor. In which case, he might be able to get a penetrating shot on that tank destroyer. Rounds out. Just misses him. Oh, now he's moved to this side. It makes it a little easier to hit him. He's lined up. Let him go forward. That's it. Rounds out. And oh, yes! That's a penetrating shot. 317 hit points. He definitely got through the armor. Took out the Super Hellcat. Going for the Leo now. And he can just lob the shells over those buildings into the Leo. Gets his first one in, 140. Looks like he's tracked him on one side. He's marked the ground to let his teammates know where he's aiming. And there's another one, 138. In fact, actually, I think that mark on the ground came from one of his teammates who's also aiming in this direction. And that was a penetrating shot on the Leo. 401 hit points, and he's killed a second or so later by the 45 TP. And here comes that T-29, the guy who took out the Stug 3G. Aiming for a KV-1. The T-29 takes our attention. Aim for the gap, that's it. Rounds out. Just misses him. Shell flashes past the front of his vehicle, but he can still hit him from here. Rounds out. And another hit. 157 hit points. Just keep firing those rounds in, that'll earn you extra XP. Another 115. Looks like he's tracked on his offside. Rounds out. He's moving, but he still gets hit. He's trying to get into cover. Oh, it's difficult to shoot him now because he's gone into a safe spot. And we've got a T-3485 coming up behind at 45 TP. In fact, he's the only player left on our team who's over on the other side of the map, and he's facing a KV-85 in front of him and that T-3485 behind him. Okay, fires around at the T-3485, just misses him. Oh, we just lost the T-45, but we did get the kill. The 45 TP we lost, but we did get the kill on the T-3485. He's firing a blind shot now. Oh, we got the KV-1 with a blind shot. Well done. Okay, going for the T-29. That's a tier 7 heavy, so he's going to earn a lot more XP from hitting that one. Dialed in on target. Rounds out. another hit. Keep piling those shells in. It's the death by 1,000 cuts. It's what makes this Arty so effective. More shells hitting the T29. Oh, and that was a counter battery from the enemy Arty. The SU-8 on the enemy team worked out where spaceweasal was from his tracer and killed him. It might have been that the T29 could see him, because the T29 was only just across the valley. I'm not sure he would have. So I think that is more than the maximum distance. Yes, I think it is more than the maximum distance. So it's probably that he was spotted by a VK3001H who's slightly to the north of us here right now. And then the enemy Arty managed to do the counter battery. And it looks like the enemy Arty is trying to go after the Artys as the others. The M44 pulled back from his position and he just got narrowly missed. The Hummels decided to do the same. There's that VK3001H. We've got a teammate nearby of 40 TP. And there's more Arty rounds coming in. Well, he managed to kill the VK3001H. Meanwhile, the Artys have repositioned themselves. They'll just have to keep moving to avoid getting killed. It looks like some rounds are coming in their direction, because you can see rounds bouncing off the rocks. And now that M44 needs to get out of that spot because he just fired. And the SU-8 would have seen that. Oh, yeah, the SU-8 did see it. And he was ready. And he must have fired the moment the M44 did. And the M44 is no more. So a T67's turned up. And a 40 TP takes care of him. 40 TP needs to keep moving to avoid being hit. Yep, there's an Arty round going after him. And another. And a third. They do have a Fifi on the enemy team as well. Well, he's safe there for the moment. And somebody is capping. Well, it's 2 facing 6. 3 Artys. The T29's the heavy, an Easy 8 is the medium, and the light tank is the T52. Their SU-8 player appears to be quite an effective Arty player, because he's counter-batteried 2 of our team. And the Hummel fires a quick round in to try and get a reset. And he needs to move now, because that SU-8 probably saw that flash. Or at least he saw the tracer. The 40 TP's peering over the edge, trying to get a look. But if he does, he might get spotted. The T52 might see the 40 TP and enable the others to get shots at him. Oh, yeah, he's been hit. And he's been hit by Arty. And he's been killed. The T52 got the hit. Well, the Hummel fired at the T52, but didn't get a reset. But it looks like the T52 has left the cap. Now, I would expect the enemy tanks, especially that T52, to make an appearance up here very shortly. So, yes, the Hummel is now facing 6 enemy vehicles alone. And I'm afraid that Hummel doesn't appear to be very well practiced. Waiting for the enemy to turn up. His sixth sense will probably go off the moment he's been spotted. And there's the easy 8. Gets one hit on target. Another shell comes in from somewhere else. And there's the kill shot from the enemy M44. So it is a defeat, unfortunately. Well, let's have a look at the end of battle stats and we'll see where everyone stands. And it was a third class tanker for spaceweasal in the 105 leFH18B2. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 12 in that one. And his win rate for the game was 4,351, which is very good. In fact, it's super Unicum standard. So let's have a look at team score. Well, look at this. It's a bit of a surprise. He actually got the highest damage in the game, but didn't pick up the high caliber. Probably not 20% of the enemy hit pool in total. 1,656 hit points of damage. He did more damage than the T29, who got 1,268. He also picked up a steel wall. And the next high scorer was the G67, who got 1,060, and then the Hummel, who got 1,048. And they're the only players who managed to get over 1,000 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, again, he's got the highest number. For some reason, the enemy team weren't very good in getting more than one kill, but spaceweasal managed to get 3. As you saw during that battle, he took out the Super Hellcat, then he took out the, which ones did he get? He got the Super Hellcat, the T-34, and the KV-1 with that blind shot as well. And, well, when it came to base XP, yes, I'm afraid it is the enemy team who's got the high score because they did win the game. 779 for the T-29, 752 for the T-67, and 690 for that SU-8, who was very, very effective at counter-battery. And spaceweasal, he only managed to get 486 base experience points in that game. I do know that this player is actually quite an experienced player. Yes, Ronval. If we look up his details, yes, we can see that he's had only 6,392 battles, but he's got quite a high rating, 6,292. 53.58% victories, and if you look at his details, yeah, look at that. He's an experienced Arty player, 1,869 battles in Arty, which is the second highest after his tank destroyers. And yes, he really does know his stuff. He plays the Hummel, the GW, and the SU-8 quite a lot. And he has got high win rate on those. In fact, high win rate overall because he's a 1-3-2-1 player. So yes, don't feel sad because you were taken out by somebody who was very, very good indeed at counter battery. So let's have a look at detail. He fired only 22 shots in that game, got 9 direct hits and 2 penetrations. Now we know he penetrated the Super Hellcat and he probably penetrated the Leo as well. 14 splash as well. 1,656 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He did receive 1 hit and it was a penetration. It was straight from that SU-8 to counter battery. 5 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 killed, and 261 hit points of damage assistance. On a free-to-play account, he earned 23,249 credits, got 186 from holiday ops, total 23,435, and after repair and ammunition resupply, he still took away 18,819 credits. He got 486 base XP, plus 129 for this being a premium vehicle, took away 615 altogether. Yes, it was a good game for spaceweasal in terms of the amount of damage he did and the fact that he got the highest number of kills, but unfortunately the rest of his team just weren't up to it. So, and of course, must not forget, he didn't move, he didn't try to avoid counter battery or pick a spot where he was actually fairly well concealed. I would actually normally, if you can, get more than one bush between you and the enemy, because then it's very difficult to work out exactly where the shell originated from, because the tracer will actually originate from inside the bush and you won't know if it's actually from the first bush or the second bush. But I mean, that's just a technicality, but I would definitely move about a bit more during your game to avoid getting counter batteried. You can just move a little bit on province, but it's wise to do so because we know where the Arty hides, and therefore counter battery is possible if you know what to look for. But good game all the same for spaceweasal. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.